Hello, welcome back to the More of James Rambling channel, because it is yet another week of the House of the Dragon review. This time we're covering episode 2 of this show. So obviously I covered the last episode, and that was our introduction to the show. So in this episode we get to see the king once again, and we get to see the Targaryens, and we see all the characters we've seen before. This time, however, I noticed that there was probably less sex scenes and less brutality. It doesn't actually change the fact that I did enjoy the episode. It was still interesting. There is still definitely those typical cliche lines about the king and that stuff. But like the king stuff, where it's like, Your Majesty, Your Grace, there was still that in there. But yeah, it continues the story. It reflects upon, right, because it's like 6 months after the king's wife dies. So it reflects upon that, and then it goes into that. And the girl from the last episode, her name is a bit of a thing where I don't know their names fully. It's only been 2 episodes, but she's basically the young girl you seen in the first episode. Yeah, her and the king, they kind of have a bit of a feud in this episode where the king doesn't like the fact that in the episode she goes to get the dragon egg that Damien took, which is Matt Smith's character. He takes the dragon egg, and they go to she goes to Dragonstone, and everyone else is there. They're trying to get the egg off of them, and then that girl just swoops in with the dragon, takes the egg back, and then when she comes back, right, basically the king is mad at her, and also the king has to make this decision whether or not he wants to marry this girl, who's actually, we find out, the girl, we see him walking with this girl, right? She's shorter than him and everything. I personally thought she was 9 years old or something like that. Turns out it's revealed that she's 14 years old. You think to yourself, that's insane, crazy stuff, having this old guy dating this, well, not dating, marrying this guy, but it's this king. But that's kind of like a tradition in this value of the king must do whatever it may be to retain himself and retain his position, and that kind of thing. And what this marriage does for the story, right, is you have the Targaryens, and then you have the Velaryons, which is actually connected to the black guy in the show. He's a part of the Velaryon, the Velaryon house. I didn't even mention that in the first review because, man, I didn't know what I was talking about, kinda, because I didn't really know much about it. But they're basically the house, so it's the different families. Basically, that's what they are. So the Velaryons, as we learn about it, the black guy in the show, we learn about that, and he got really mad at the king in the episode because that girl, he knows it in his family, and he doesn't want that to happen. And I think that whole thing of the girl coming in to get the dragon egg again, because getting the dragon egg was I didn't mind that, because it shows you how, you don't want to have the Targaryens fighting each other, where they sometimes they won't have a choice and stuff. But I definitely think that, yeah, with that out of the way, with all that stuff, I think the episode is decent. The show isn't groundbreaking by any means. I'll give it like an 8 out of 10, 7, 8 out of 10. It's good for what it is. Again, it's like an hour long, so these episodes will just be an hour long, and they come out every single Monday. And I was watching it with my mum again as well. So, but this episode, I'll have to wait and see, because there's only been 2 episodes of this show. But yeah, basically the simple rundown is the king makes another horrible decision. Everyone gets mad. the girl comes in, gets the dragon egg from the from Damien Matt Smith's character, and also actually his mistress has like fiance kind of thing, is like his love interest, kind of gets mad at him for this one thing where the girl and Damien have a discussion, and then it makes her mad, and she just, because of what they said and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's only been 2 episodes, so that's kind of my thoughts on the episode. Yeah, so the king makes a decision, and that is basically what happens. So we will have to wait and see where this show leads, see if it gets any better. So I hope you enjoyed this little segment about House of the Dragon episode 2. I'll do more reviews of this show as it goes on. We'll have to wait and see. And obviously, still haven't really seen Game of Thrones, which makes this interesting, stuff like that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I'll shut up now. Go watch it if you want. Right, okay. Bye. House of the Dragon episode 2 review.